Remembering a legend, former Greensboro Mayor Jim Melvin has died at the age of 91.
WXI 12's Sarah Sowers joins us live tonight, sharing a timeline of his contributions to the city he loved so dearly. Sarah.
Nicknamed Mr. Greensboro for his commitment to improving the city he loved, Jim Melvin's legacy as a mayor extended well beyond his time in office.
I think really opening Greensboro to this idea of big projects, right? That this is a place that big things could happen, and to have a vision for a city that would really be a place that people would invest, I think is part of one of his biggest legacies.
Optimistic was one of the first words that came to mind for historian Glenn Perkins when describing former Greensboro Mayor Jim Melvin. Melvin was born and raised in Southeast Greensboro, graduating from Greensboro Senior High, better known now as Grimsley. Prior to his work as mayor, he served as president of the Greensboro Jaycees, working his way up the political role he was best known for.
Being president of the Greensboro Jaycees in the mid-1960s kind of opened up a pathway for him to seek more, to fulfill some of his political ambitions.
Melvin served 5 terms between 1971 and 1981, challenged at the end with the Greensboro Massacre, in which 5 protesters were killed by Klansmen in 1979.
Melvin was very much on the defensive. He was trying to create this very optimistic, business-friendly Greensboro, and then this event happened that really revealed that there were deep inequalities that were still going through the community.
Melvin contributed to major economic development and focused on the pulse of downtown during his term, and even well beyond that.
Some of these other major infrastructure projects, everything from reshaping the wastewater management for central Greensboro and central Guilford County, to the work on the mega site in South Greensboro that is the Toyota development place. He had a hand in those at many stages along the way.
With his lifelong commitment to growth and sports, Melvin was also an advocate for the creation of the downtown baseball stadium, where a statue of him stands today.
Melvin was such a supporter of Greensboro sports. The organizations like Greensboro Sports Foundation that help here, I think the fact that Melvin has a statue in the Grasshoppers Stadium, I think is really an important testament.
As of this evening, funeral arrangements have yet to be announced, but you can find a timeline of his public service accomplishments on our website, WXII12.com. Live in Greensboro, Sarah Sowers, WXII 12 News.